President Biden pushing back on inflation fears, insisting that his policies will create a strong economy and that higher prices are only a short-term growing pain. Biden's remarks came as stock markets dropped amid fears over the Delta variant just a week after the S&P 500 hit a record high. White House correspondent Karen Travers joining us now for more. So, Karen, Biden made the case that the Democrats' human infrastructure plan will take the pressure off of inflation, but the possible addition of voting rights measures could derail the process. So where does the bill stand now?
Yeah, Kira, just the fact that the president was talking today about inflation shows that there are perhaps concerns in the administration about what this means and rising prices. But the president said that what he is trying to do with that human infrastructure, things like child care, more community college education, elder care, things like that, he said that's going to raise wages and that will help them with any price increases. Now, where things stand is actually a pretty complicated question. So you've got a couple things happening on Capitol Hill this week. On Wednesday, senators are going to, as of now, take a test vote just to kind of see where things stand on the first part of infrastructure. That's the $1 trillion bipartisan agreement that the president worked out here at the White House with Democrats and Republicans. That's to see where they are. But I should note, there's no legislation yet. It hasn't been scored. We don't know how much it costs, and people haven't seen what's in it to start picking it apart. The other part of this, the human infrastructure, Kira, that's the one that's $3.5 trillion. They need every Democrat on board to get that passed through the process called reconciliation. This week, they're going to be checking in to see where that stands. But right now, as you pointed out, there's a lot of things getting added into it. And that is something that, of course, could throw the whole thing in jeopardy. Immigration, voting rights, a lot of stuff getting added in. They got to keep that to around $3.5 trillion.
Keyword reconciliation. Meanwhile, the first person charged with a felony in the January 6th insurrection has been sentenced to 8 months in prison. What does that tell you about how far this investigation has come, Karen? And what does it mean for the some 500 people who've been arrested in connection to that assault?
Kira, they've been paying very close attention to see. This is that first felony indictment. Paul Hodgkin's sentenced to 8 months, but the recommendation from federal prosecutors had been 18 months. So the lawyers for those other people who were charged in this, of course, have been paying attention to the process here and also what that sentencing was going to be as they consider potential plea deals themselves for them or their clients.
Also, what we've been talking about since the weekend, a federal judge ruling that the DACA program, or deferred action for childhood arrivals, was illegal. So what does this mean for the hundreds of thousands of DACA recipients living in the U.S. right now? And what's next in the legal battle?
Kira, President Biden said that it was deeply disappointing to see this judge in Texas say that the DACA program is not legal, that the way President Obama back in 2012 set this up through executive action is not okay. And, you know, this has been an issue now for 9 years. There's been a lot of political football. The DACA recipients and people who want to apply for DACA protections have been in limbo or in jeopardy because of court cases. It's important to note, though, that this ruling does not impact the protected status of the people currently under DACA, about 650,000. What it does mean, though, is that the government cannot accept new applications into the program. The president has said the Justice Department will appeal this decision. And Kira, no surprise, he also called for Congress to fix this through legislative action, calling on a pathway to citizenship for those 650,000 people known as Dreamers.
Tell you what, we had a lot to talk about on a Monday. Karen Travers from the White House Force. Karen, thanks.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.